How you doing, folks? It's Don Weber with Don Weber Forest Recovery down here in the woods, doing my thing. Doing something a little different today, so I thought I'd make a little video, show you what's going on. Alright, if you've watched my couple videos before this, you've seen this log. Right here's that maple tree, and here's what's left of that big limb that I already cut up. So what I'm going to try to do with this log is, see that cable? It goes up here to a winch. It's a 12,000 pound winch. And later on, there's a calculator on the web that I can use to figure out how much I think that log weighs. But I got my winch set up, sitting there on a round 12-volt battery, and I'm gonna try to winch it up, get it up here on the flat ground. Then I'm gonna cut it into about 8-foot lengths and be about 4 rounds long. Right there's 3 rounds. It'll take me a lot less trips to get out of the woods if I can take it out in bigger pieces with a log arch instead of individual rounds. So I might have to hook up another pulley and make a block and tackle out of this. I'm not sure that winch is going to pull this or not. So you know, in recovery, whether it's getting wood out of the woods or in your recovery from mental illness, you know, you got to figure out how to do things. And you know, this isn't probably the most ideal way of getting wood, but it's the way I can do it, and this is on my property. So once I get this up out of here, get this log up here where I'm standing on the flat ground, then it'd be real easy to get out. So I'm gonna give it a go and see what happens. So here's a couple more things I've done. See these logs that I put underneath that tree? It's going to roll off of that stump there, and then it'll be on these limbs that I got on the ground. It does 2 things. It keeps the tree off the dirt, out of the dirt, so when I'm cutting it up, I'm not cutting dirt. And hopefully it'll make the tree slide a little easier once it's on the ground. Another thing you're supposed to do is put some weight, a coat, or I think the most ideal thing is a shipping blanket. And so if something happens, that cable, it don't just snap back and hit you. It'll at least fall to the ground. And that takes the energy out of it. So I'm going to stand behind this tree, and I'm going to hit this winch and see what happens. So I'm going to stand behind this tree, and let's put it on 2x. There we go. I'll put my camera out there. I'm standing behind a tree. You can hear the winch. It's doing good. It's groaning, but it's going, so I gotta stop and see what's moving here. That was good. I got the winch chained to this tree, sitting here nice and straight, pulling in the middle. I should have marked it to see if it was actually moving that tree. And actually it is. can see right there, you can see it where it's moved. Well, that tree's probably moved. Well, here you can see it down here real good. Yeah, it's moved that about 18 inches, 16, 18 inches already. You can see, hope you can see that. See that fresh dirt where it pulled that tree? So I was hoping that this end would roll over. Right now it's pulling towards that tree, but that's okay because I'll pull it all the way to that tree, then I'll cut it off and keep on going. So let me pull it some more and see what happens. All right, I'm back behind the tree. All right, I stopped there, so let me go see what's going on. Might have to cut some of it off. All right, so what I've thought about doing here, and this is why I love doing this work, why it's so good for my recovery, because it makes my brain work. You know, I got to do this job safe, but I also want to do it somewhat efficiently. So what I'm going to do is, you know, this tree is it's laying on this root for this cherry tree, but I've already marked this tree every 18 inches where I'm gonna eventually cut it, and so I'm gonna cut it right there, which will leave the rest of it on top of this root. And it might slide downhill, but I'm gonna cut it from the uphill side so it doesn't go down on me. Then I think pretty easy I'll be able to pull the rest of this out. I'll be able to roll it. Right now I can't even roll it. I got my PV. I can't budge this thing for nothing. Just too much tree. So I'm going to go ahead and cut it, and that'll make a whole lot less weight for the winch to pull, and we'll go from there. All right, that went good. I cut that off. Now I'm going to pull it with the winch again, see what it does. I'll probably wind up rehooking it. I'd rehook it now, but I think this chain is in a bind right there. I'll try to move that chain more towards the end, and I'll just pull this right around. Alright, that's the end of the log. That didn't slide downhill. That's good. So let me see what happens when I winch it now. Alright, back up here behind the tree. I'm going to winch it. Moving that piece of wood, listening to the winch. It's not working real hard. I'm going to just let it keep on coming until it tells me to stop. £12,000 winch. It's a lot of wood. Up in the air. Oh, let's stop it right there and rehook the chain. Alright, I rehooked the chain, got it on the end, so pull the log nice and straight. I got a piece of wood under there. I got another one there. I already pulled up the slack on the winch. Let's go. Won't take much force now for this winch to move this. I'll keep going as long as I think it's off the ground, not pulling in the dirt. Alright, I think I better stop there and get something else underneath it. It's going good. Whew, good thing I stopped. That tarp was getting sucked into the winch. Alright, got another piece of wood there. Let's keep going. Alright, I'm going to stop there and I'm going to roll it to the right. It'll be out of the way for the next piece. Alright, so I want to just roll this log a little bit out of my way. I'm going to use my PV. Alright, this is just gives me leverage. And remember before I couldn't budge the whole tree, but a piece like this, I can roll it no problem. Don't want to get your feet under there, I can tell you that. There you go. Got that out of the way. I'm gonna already hooked the chain up on that log. I'm gonna hook the winch up and see what happens when I pull that. We'll come back. Alright, I got it all hooked up. I took the slack out of the cable. Let's see what happens. There's some stuff that might get in the way making this pull. Like that little stump, you can see that. But there's a bunch of wire in that little stump. Alright, I gotta stop and take a look at that. Alright, I pulled that log right up to that little stump and it started to go right around it. So let me see what happens. Oh, let me go roll it a little bit with the PV. I think we'll make it. Alright, I rolled that log just a little bit with the PV and it got right around that stump. When I first started, I had that chain on the other side to help it roll past this, so really kind of lucked out. It's right on over top of this fallen cherry tree right there. The end of it's off the ground, so let's go give her some more pulling, see what it's going to do. Looking good. Alright, here we go again. Well, I see that log starting to plow. Winch sounds okay, not overworking. Oh, here's a problem though. See, the winch is getting too much on one side, so I gotta back it off and get the cable more in the middle. All right, I got the cable in the middle. I went down there and I checked the log. And the end of the log towards us, it's plowing, it's pushing, but ain't a lot I can do about it. And first time that you drag a log over a piece of ground, you got a lot of leaves to help you. So I'm gonna be all right for a second, see what happens. Winch sounds all right. winch, watching the log. It's going to hit a piece of wood here. Hopefully it's going to pull up over it. Oh, winch stopped, or the log stopped. Let's see. Let me go down there and wiggle it and see what happens. Alright, there we go. If I roll it with the PV, it might get over top of that piece of wood. Alright, so what I'm going to do, can you see that? That log is off the ground real good right there. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that about in half and make it real easy for the winch to pull it out, and then I'll rehook the chain for the last time and get the last piece out. You know, when I first started this project, you know, setting up this winch takes a bit of time and effort, and you guys didn't see that, and I was kind of debating whether or not it was worth it. But getting all this wood up here on the flat where I can really work on it and tow it out real easy is really worth it. It's a lot of wood. So things are going good. I'll cut that in half and we'll be back winching. So when I first started doing this kind of work, one thing I did pretty good was pinch my bar. When I was cutting a piece of wood like this, I didn't know how to cut it without getting the bar of my saw stuck. So let me just try to explain it to you real quick, easy. You can find videos that show you this. But first thing, this log was pushing down here. That's called compression. So first, I took a nice big cut. I cut that all out, and it still stayed nice and strong. And then I come from the back, and I cut about half of it there. So now it's just this little bit holding it. And then I'm uphill, so things don't fall uphill, things fall downhill, so I'm uphill. So then all I had to do was come in here with my bar from the bottom up, cut it, and didn't get hurt, didn't pinch my bar, and I'm better than I used to be. So can you see all that wire in there? That's what I was being real careful not to hit with my saw. Alright, I'm going to hit the winch and see if we can pull this out now. Alright, you're getting the sun in our eyes now, but let's try it. Pulling it like nothing, piece of cake. See if I can get a piece of wood under the front of that. First time you're pulling it, you're on leaves. Second time you pull it, you're on dirt. All right, so let me see if I can get some wood underneath the front of that log. All right, let's see what it does. Got a little piece of wood in there. Get it off the dirt. Have to go put another one there. I don't want to get dirt in it, and it makes my chainsaw dull real quick. Winch is pulling easy. I'm going to try to break off that little piece of wood. Alright, I can roll that out of the way, grab the last piece. Alright, that last piece hooked up. I'm going to pull it, and the far end of that log's going to go down, and the front end's going to come up, and I'm going to go put some wood under it. There you go. Alright, stop there. There you see, I got 1, 2, 3, 4 logs I just put under there. Hopefully it's going to hit this one, skid up over top of that, then I can put more over there. You see that dirt trail there? Remember, first log rides on the leaves, scrapes them away. Second log rides on the dirt unless you do something about it. So I got pretty good logs here. Let me go winch it and see how it's gonna do. Hey, ready? Last one. Winch is working easy for the winch. Cable looks good. I'm looking at the winch. Cable's looking good. I might have to change it, because we're pulling the cable all the way in this time. Look at that, going up. I like it. Pulling across that piece of wood. That's where it broke off the tree. That's the end of the limb where it broke off the tree. Alright, I gotta stop there. Alright, I'm gonna move some of those pieces of wood and we're home free. Alright, there we go. That's one. I got a piece of wood there. And then it's an old bifold metal door. Remember, I'm down behind the old dump. I just slid that there. That'll help. I gotta go put another piece of wood there. I don't want to lose. I got that log up so good in the air, I don't want to lose it. Alright, this might be the last pull. Yeah, it's going up over that log. Good deal. Good deal. The winch is getting full. It's going way up in the air. Stop it right there. I'm happy. I'm happy. You just realize what a difference it is. Now I'm going to buck this up probably in maybe 3 round pieces, and then take it out with my log arch. And I'm working up here now instead of down in there. So that's a lot of wood. That's a lot of wood. All right, good day. I gotta take my I got a new cat. Those of you who can remember some other videos, I had a cat named Ruby, and she was 19 years old and she died this past winter. And I waited a couple months, and I just needed an animal. Animals are really helpful to me. I love animals. And but I just got her a month ago, I guess. She's getting used to the house, but I got to take her to the vet tonight, get a rabies shot. So you know, I had a great day out here using the equipment I got to get the wood that I got, and you know, using my head, my brain, my body, and you know, things are good. You know, if it hasn't been for me to learn about logging, you know, I probably would have spent a day inside, you know, watching NASCAR, or, you know, just smoking coffee and drinking cigarettes, you know. And you gotta find something to do, something for purpose in life, and something you really enjoy doing for overcoming mental illness. Get your mental health back, right? All right, Don Weber, Forest Recovery. Thanks for spending the day with me out in the woods.